Hi, friends. I'm Nathanael Chawkin, founder of Awakening Leadership, and I want to invite you to our first plant medicine retreat in Costa Rica on January 26th till the 31st. Now, in a recent email, I shared that I wanted to explain more about our approach to human development, waking up, growing up, and showing up. Now, waking up, of course, is about mystical experience. The kinds of experiences that are referred to as expanded states of consciousness. In the research at JohnsHopkins University on mystical experience, on a single high dose of psilocybin, participants report that it was one of the 5 most meaningful experiences of their life, while the remaining 25% to date say that it is the single defining mystical experience of their lives. Now, this is the invitation to the journey. Plant medicine is democratizing access to mystical experience. It always has. Stanislav Grof is known to have said that what the telescope is to astrology and the microscope is to biology, psychedelics are to the study of the human mind. You can know yourself. This is a red pill, and that red pill is not a metaphor. Now, there's something that's very important in our approach to waking up that I want to differentiate for everyone. First of all, as they say of meditation, meditation or spiritual practice is necessary, but not sufficient for psychological development. So you can have a peak experience, which is a temporary peak or peak state. And of course, those temporary states that you can experience only become enduring traits through practice. So the first principle we have at Awakening Leadership is we're approaching these journeys as rites of passage, not as one-off experiences. We're really not in the spiritual tourism business or even in the retreat business. As such, our second principle is that integration is not an event. Integration is a practice. And preparation for a mystical experience is integration. Preparation is a form of integration. Do you really want to send someone into a potentially life-changing mystical experience without the benefit of having done the inner work? Now, you hear a lot about set and setting as the right orientation to the journey. I think that's right. You want to have a comfortable retreat setting where you're lying down, going within, certainly for high doses, eye mask, minimalist music playing in your earbuds. These are the guidelines that I've inherited from Johns Hopkins. But what is the set part of set and setting? Of course, we know that's the mindset, and people generally orient to that as the intention you have going into the journey, or making sure that you feel good, as the mental state that you bring into the journey can often influence how well the journey goes. So this is the thing that we want to double click on. What else can influence your set, your state of mind going into the journey? Well, again, you want to have an orientation to your capacity to relax, surrender, breathe, and let go, and trust that the medicine is going to give you what you need and that you know how to float downstream. Relaxation is the gateway, as we like to say. So having a mindfulness or meditation practice can be one of the things that allows you to build the muscle of relaxing, breathing. Yogic practices like breath work and, of course, postures, stretching, but also massage, body work, things that are reaching into your trigger points and giving you a focal point that allows you to breathe and relax through resistance. That can all be very helpful to cultivating a kind of somatic or body-mind sensibility that's going to serve you well on your journey. So that's just the first, is state. What state of mind are you in? But there's 2 other S's, state stage, and shadow. So in preparation for the journey, are you cultivating your capacity to access these expanded states of consciousness with or without the medicine, to breathe, relax, and let go? And then the other thing to consider may be stage. What stage of life in your journey are you in at present? What transitions are you in? And you look back on developmental moments in your life and say, I used to be that way, or think that way, or have that worldview, or belong to that church, or have those family values, and now I'm different. What do you imagine might be in store for you that would facilitate a genuine transformation, a metamorphosis? What may be next? What does it mean for you to be at your next level, to genuinely go on your hero's journey? What does that have to do with your purpose and calling? And then, of course, the third S, state, stage, and shadow. In preparation for a journey, we want to be really clear that we are peeling the onion and cracking the lid and made full aware of what may be calling for healing, what is in the shadow, what is in our unconscious that the medicine may take us into. You hear the cliches about 5-hour medicine journey being worth of 5 years of psychotherapy. A lot of what we focus on in our preparation for the journey, in this kind of descent into the cave in the hero's journey, has everything to do with, again, peeling the onion on understanding the inner workings, the psychodynamics of our own ego. So we have multiple exercises that we're doing to assess what personality type you have, what saboteurs show up, what parts of you are in the mix. And then also charting goes back to points of origin. What's the origin story of the things that sabotage you from getting to the next level? This is sometimes referred to as a defense mechanism or a winning formula, beforehand, what got you here. And then, of course, we know that what got you here will get you there. So we're just really moving into the realm of not just self-knowledge, assessing and understanding, but starting to do the deep inner work. We use a process called immunity to change. And then fundamentally, we have a process of deep self-inquiry. That's the work of Byron Katie. So we're really doing the deep work to clear the space for and start to become familiar with the patterning that's already present. So that when we get in touch with some of where that can come from, also utilizing a lifeline exercise, which they use in YPO and EO forum retreats. And we're really eyes wide open about what may come up in the journey, and have really felt into some of what may be calling for healing that may influence what our true intentions are for the journey. So stay tuned for part 2 here as I move from waking up to growing up and share more about some of the psychological tools and coaching practices that we're using to prepare for and to integrate what can be truly, truly the journey of a lifetime.